to get some good stuff on this one. I know it.
Awesome, great. Have you ever had a reading before?
No, I don't know anything what I'm doing right now.
Cool.
I'm just here for
The
the ride.
newbie. Okay, put them in 3 piles. And then just feel each pile and tell me which one you'd like me to read from. The only thing is you'll need to have more in each pile because you gotta have 11 cards. Sorry. Never had anyone do that before. That's cool though.
Yeah, he would be the one to do it.
This is my reading. I want, I think I want that one.
All right, what would you like me to focus on today?
In what context?
Whatever it is you want to know about where your energy is, what you're thinking about, what you're wanting to manifest, what you're struggling with.
What I want to manifest.
Okay. What?
I got some big plans for the future. So I
Okay.
want something big to happen.
Okay, so what would you like me to focus on? Tell me a little bit more about that.
I have a cleaning business that I make funny videos. You've seen that.
Yeah,
I'm
they're
starting
great.
Yeah, thank you. I'm gonna
Yeah.
I'm gonna focus on the videos more.
Okay.
I want to do something big. I want to get some big, a lot of views and have
Okay.
some really good videos.
Okay, great, perfect. All right. All right. So here we are in the present position. This is the Queen of Pentacles, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. This is your earth energy. So this is about your finances, your resources, how you live your life, your body, everything that has to do with earth energy. And it's a queen, so it's the energy of the feminine. So it tells me that one of the things that really would work for you is to be more playful, to really, really use your playful kind of theatrical energy in these videos. It's almost as if the product is secondary, because what you want to do is you want to hook your audience into who you are as a character or a persona. And you're really good at that. So almost like the less you show of what you're doing, it's almost, when I sit with your energy, I kind of feel like your energy is very, very quick. It's very, you manifest things very quickly, almost like in the moment. Like if you want to manifest something, you do. And you don't give a lot of thought to it. You're not particularly involved in how you make it happen. You just hold the energy and you're able to manifest it. And that is an air energy that you use, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. And that energy is about noticing and reading the external environment and figuring out what's needed. You have a lot of trickster energy too, which tells me that you get people to where you want them, you get situations to where you want it by acting as if, and that's a very air quality. I wouldn't be surprised if in your life you have had kind of episodes or different kinds of things that you did at different points and times. Sometimes for people who have a lot of air energy, there's an issue with what to stay in, what to reinforce on an emotional level. So there can be opportunities for emotional connection that maybe you're not taking because you just are really excited about the change, reading the change in the energy. And you're more excited about that than you are sticking with any one thing. A lot of times when people have this kind of energy, they have relationships later in life. They finally slow down and they figure out what to savor, what's worth it over a period of time. But you may have done a lot of things. So you may have had a lot of different kinds of things that you've done. You're the kind of person where there's probably still waters run deep. You've done a lot of different kinds of things, but then you've compartmentalized them. So you've been like, I did this over here, and then I did this over here. Oh, and that's when I did this over here. And to be a friend with you, you would find out over time all these different things that you've done. But for you, linking them all together and figuring out like where the core of the energy is, isn't really what you're about, or it's something that you're slow to do and that you will do as you mature more. Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, cool, awesome. What this is crossed by is the Ten of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. This tells me that you really, really like adversity. Like you really like to have a problem to work out, something to chew on. Like, this isn't working right now, but I'm gonna make it work. When someone gets a card like this, it would normally mean for a person who had a lot of water energy, a lot of earth energy, that the tendency was to get really overwhelmed, really soaked, or really so overwhelmed that you maybe couldn't go forward with something, or something didn't work and you got really disappointed. But you like this kind of energy. It's more like, oh, something's not working. I got to tweak something. I got to figure out what it is, and you're like on it. Yes, yes. So that's really, really good. And it also means that you're the perfect kind of person to be an entrepreneur, because you like to interact with people, you like to sell things, you like the fun, the frivolity, the shifts that come with that kind of a lifestyle. And for you, it's almost like what you're doing isn't as important as that you're doing it. So like, you're not so much about the product. That's why it's perfect for you to do a service kind of a thing, because you could shift the product up, but really what you are is a character, a face, right? And you're really, really good at presenting yourself that way. I would lean into those videos that you're doing, like the one that you did with the, you were outside of a barn or whatever.
Ranger Landscaping.
So funny.
Love
Really funny.
Yeah,
I mean,
you.
really good comedic timing and things like that. But because you have this energy, even though this would stop a lot of people, it's the Ten of Swords. This is like, okay, so I hit a wall. I'm not sure how to go, but I'm going to get up. I'm going to have fresh energy. I'm going to approach it differently. I'm going to see where my weak spots are. That's the other thing about you. You do not shy away from difficulty, not in other people, not in relationships, and not in yourself. Like, you are like, I'm really struggling with this, and I'm just going to go in and I'm going to figure out what's going on here. Like, you really are a hard driver, but you have really positive energy at the same time. So even though you drive yourself hard, you can keep the energy pretty buoyant and pretty happening. So that's awesome. What's in your distant past is the Eight of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra. This space is your family of origin, your firsts, your ancestors, any messages that you get spiritually. This is kind of the home base. And so the Eight of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, more of this, tells me that in your family, you had that, you saw that a lot. Someone who just really bit the bullet and tried to figure out how to do what they needed to do. So you had that mirrored for you in your family of origin. And so you've never seen something that you can't tackle. You're like, nope, I'm gonna figure it out. And the other thing is that you're really tenacious, so you can step away from something, but you keep it in your back pocket. You don't ever just set it aside. You're never like, I'm done with that. You're more like, no, now's not the right time for that, but there will be a right time for that. So you're good at like gathering all those things up collectively and working with all those energies all at once. Your immediate past is the Ten of Pentacles, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. This is your earth energy, and tens are about closure and new beginnings. So that tells me that you've had some high ambitions, you've had some challenges, and you've met them very, very well. And so you're kind of at a plateau where you've achieved certain things, but you're like, there's so much more to do. Like, I want to cordon off this this experience, this success, and build on it. And when I sit with you, I really feel like you build on your successes. You're very much strategizing that way. I wouldn't be surprised if you invest, and if you have a lot of thoughts about how to do that. When I sit with you, I feel like you're a very, very kind, very centered person, but you don't let a lot of people in very easily. So you're very much determined to help other people do things. Like, you're very much willing to bring other people along with you. I wouldn't be surprised if you want to bring other people along in this business, and you have strategies and ways of doing that. Like, I'll pluck that person up, and that person, and that person, and you have plans because you look at their energy and you figure out how that energy would best be utilized. And I really see you as someone who wants to do something big, wants to do something that is very altruistic even. So once you get to a certain place, place in terms of success, you want to give back, and you really see that as kind of this umbrella thing. So that's really, really cool. Moving into the future, this is the Two of Cups, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces. It's your water energy. It's your emotional energy. So this is all about you're not going to do anything unless it's fun. Like, you're going to work at things, but you're not going to want to do something unless it's fun. And that's why you will do something and you will do it, and then you will kind of set it aside and do something else. So it's almost like I see someone who's like a marionette, or like someone holding a marionette, and they're like, I'll do this, and then I'll do this, and then it'll go over there. So you're very active, kind of a busy mind. And if you can't have fun in the work that you're doing, you just want to set it aside. And so sometimes you have issues with sticking with things, but you're really good at keeping it in your imagination and keeping it alive in your imagination. You need to work on committing and following through just with daily kinds of things, because you don't really like routine, which is why some of these ads that you're doing and things like that are really out of the box, because you're like, I have to crush the market by being totally different. If I'm like this comic genius, then I can get people in the door because they're just going to like me. And that's really, really smart. That's a really smart way to do it. Moving into the future, this is the Six of Cups, Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, your water energy. This is about your family connection. And this tells me that in terms of your family, you're very loyal, you're very honoring of family, but you really are striving to be your own person. Like, in some ways you fall under the rubric of your family, like you have a similar way of seeing things, a similar energy, but you really want to do things your own way, and you really want to prove yourself. Like, you want to be like, nope, I did it this way, you did it this way, you gave me a really, really great start, but I want to go from here, and I want to, it's not like you want to do things purposefully in a different way, but you just want to say, I'm a different person. And that's super duper important in anything you do. Identifying yourself as unique, identifying yourself as your own person with your own ideas about things. I also wouldn't be surprised when I'm sitting with you if you will change a lot through the course of your life. Like, you will do one thing and then you will do another thing. I also can't see you staying in one place. I think that you'll probably travel, probably have a home in different places, that kind of thing. Like, so I definitely see you moving around and moving with the energies of whatever is the most exciting, and making your own life. You're a very self-made person, so that's super duper important for you. And what's crossing that is the Eight of Pentacles, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. More earth energy, and eights are about success. Eights are about material success. They're about success in terms of the way you see yourself, about the way you see who you are in the world. And this is kind of the Apprentice card. So this is kind of like, there is in your life a certain need to kind of go back and say, look, I did it my own way, and there's a need to prove yourself, is what I would say, in terms of your family and in terms of that sort of thing. To prove yourself worthy, to prove yourself as a unique person. That's super duper important. So I'm picking up on that as well. But you're very ambitious and you're very driven. You do need to focus on just, coming up with a strategy and following through with it, because you get bored really, really easily. So that is an issue for you. That's the issue that I would say that you've had with business up to now, is that you get bored and then you're like, I'd rather do this, I'd rather do that. So I see you moving around a lot. So that's what I see on the surface. Do you have questions for me?
Oh, you nailed it. That was crazy. She nailed everything. Everything.